What's up, viewers? Welcome back to True World Chronicles. Today, we're diving deep into a crazy, tragic story that shook Sydney, the Bondi Beach terror attack of 2025. Stick around, because we're breaking down everything, from the timeline, to the victims, to the heroes, to what went down after. A day that changed lives in just 15 minutes. For more in-depth coverage of major events, stay connected to True World Chronicles. Let's get into it. All right, picture this. Bondi Beach, one of the most lit spots in Australia. Sun dipping down, waves rolling in, people chilling, laughing, kids running around. That night, the first night of Hanukkah, a big event called Chanukah by the Sea was happening. Families, friends and tourists packed the beach and nearby park, enjoying the candles, music and festival vibes. The smell of street food in the air, laughter bouncing off the sand, and the salty ocean breeze made it a perfect night. Everyone was hyped, taking photos, posting stories, enjoying each other's company, totally unaware that something horrific was about to hit. It was a calm, joyful vibe that would be shattered in just a few minutes. Then, around 6:47 p.m., all hell broke loose. Two dudes, a dad in his 50s and his 24-year-old son, rolled up near the pedestrian bridge, rifles and shotguns in hand. At first, people thought it was fireworks or some prank. But the second the shots started flying, reality hit like a ton of bricks. Over the next 15 minutes, over 100 rounds were fired. Families scattered, screaming kids, people ducking behind cars, railings, even throwing themselves into the water to escape. Parents were literally grabbing kids and diving into the waves. The beach turned from a celebration into pure chaos. Emergency calls flooded the police station. Sirens wailed, helicopters took off, and first responders were on the scene within minutes. Every second mattered. The whole community felt it. Fear, confusion, panic, all hitting at once. Even in all that madness, real heroes popped off. Ahmed Al-Ahmed, a bystander, literally ran at one of the shooters and wrestled a gun away. Dude got hurt, but slowed the attack, giving people a chance to escape. Police arrived quick, returning fire, taking down one attacker and cuffing the other. Without their fast action, this could have been way worse. Meanwhile, small acts of heroism happened everywhere. Strangers guided each other out, helped the injured, comforted kids. One man even shielded a group of toddlers behind a lifeguard stand until help arrived. These little stories showed humanity at its best amidst chaos. When it was all over, the toll was heartbreaking. 15 people died, ages 10 to 87. Dozens were injured. Families ripped apart in an instant. Let's talk about a few of the victims. Dan El-Kayam, remembered as a cheerful, kind guy, always helping others. Little Matilda, just 10 years old, loved by everyone and always laughing, gone in a heartbeat. Even elderly couples out for a peaceful evening didn't make it. These weren't just numbers. These were people with stories, dreams, and families. Hospitals were overwhelmed. Doctors and nurses worked non-stop, performing surgeries and stabilizing patients. Community vigils, candlelight ceremonies, and memorials popped up all over Sydney. People left flowers, notes, and candles. Proof that love and compassion can shine even in the darkest times. Authorities quickly labelled it a terrorist attack with anti-Semitic motivation. The surviving suspect faced 59 charges, including murder and terrorism. Investigators dug deep, uncovering extremist connections, prior threats, and warning signs on social media. Police boosted security across Sydney, warning of possible related plots. Officers emphasised vigilance without causing panic. The investigation was intense, with teams tracing communications, travel history, and digital footprints of the attackers. Leaders stressed unity and calm, reminding citizens that the attackers wanted fear. But communities would respond with courage instead. Recovery was a long grind. Survivors battled physical injuries, mental trauma, PTSD, and months of therapy. Families mourned, but they also came together to form support networks. The community? Straight up love mode. Blood drives, fundraisers, counseling sessions, and vigils popped up all over. Social media filled with messages, photos, and virtual candles. People even offered housing, rides, or meals to strangers impacted by the tragedy. Strangers helping strangers. That's humanity shining brightest when everything else is dark. Of course, social media wasn't all good. Fake news, AI-generated images, deepfakes, and conspiracy theories spread like wildfire. Officials and journalists had to step in, reminding everyone to check legit sources before sharing anything. Misinformation only adds pain to tragedies. So, remember fam, don't let sketchy posts distort reality. Verify facts, support victims, and spread love, not hate. The attack shook Australia and got worldwide attention. World leaders condemned it, religious groups called for unity, and other countries offered support. Locally, communities banded together, holding vigils, memorials, and public gatherings. Signs read, "We won't be divided by hate." People sang, hugged, and cried together. It was grief, but also resilience, showing that even tragedy can bring people closer. This attack sparked discussions about gun laws, hate speech, and public safety. Australia considered new measures to prevent tragedies like this. Families and survivors are still grinding through recovery. But the message? Stay alert, stay safe, and stay united. Communities are stronger when they support each other, and love always fights hate. Every candle, every vigil, every act of kindness reminds us that humanity can't be broken by violence. All right, viewers, that's the full story of the Bondi Beach terror attack. The timeline, victims, heroes, and aftermath. Heavy stuff, but important to know. Big respect to the survivors and heroes. Stay safe, look out for each other, and never underestimate the power of love and unity. Smash that like button, subscribe to True World Chronicles, and hit that bell so you don't miss our next story. Peace.